A girl buys food for a beggar. Days later, she's shocked to see him in a suit at her office. The icy wind cut through the streets of New York as Maya clutched her coat tighter around her. It had been a long day at the advertising firm where she worked, and she was exhausted. As she approached her favorite cafe, her eyes caught sight of a hunched figure sitting near the entrance, a man, wrapped in tattered blankets, shivering against the cold. People passed him without a glance, lost in their own hurried lives. But Maya slowed down. Something about him, his weary eyes, the silent dignity in his posture, pulled at her heart. She stepped inside the cafe, ordered an extra sandwich and hot coffee, and walked back out. Kneeling down, she handed them to the man. "Here. It's freezing out," she said softly. The man looked up, startled. His deep brown eyes held a flicker of something, gratitude. Shock. He took the food hesitantly. "Thank you," he murmured, voice hoarse from the cold. Maya smiled before heading home, the warmth of kindness lingering in her heart. Days passed, and the moment faded from her mind. That is, until Wednesday morning when she entered her office and stopped in her tracks. At the front desk stood a tall, well-dressed man in a navy blue suit, his hair neatly combed, his posture strong. But it was his eyes, the same deep brown ones she had seen outside the cafe, that made her breath catch. The man looked at her, recognition flashing across his face. He stepped forward, offering a hand. "Miss Carter," he said, his voice steady now, filled with confidence. "I'm Daniel Wright. I believe we've met before." Maya blinked, unable to find words. The beggar was now standing before her as a businessman. Seeing her shock, Daniel chuckled. "I suppose I owe you an explanation." Over coffee, he told her his story. He had once been a successful entrepreneur, but a series of misfortunes, a failed business, a family tragedy, and a severe bout of depression, had left him homeless. The day she offered him food was the day he had nearly given up on himself. "That sandwich wasn't just food," he admitted. "It reminded me that people still care. That I still mattered." That very night, he had walked to a local shelter, where he found resources to get back on his feet. A former business associate helped him reconnect with opportunities. Within days, he had a temporary job. Now, he was here as a potential client of her firm. Tears pricked Maya's eyes. She had never expected her small act of kindness to change a life. "I just wanted to help," she whispered. "And you did," Daniel said. "More than you know." As he shook her hand before leaving, he added, "You reminded me that sometimes, a little kindness can be the first step toward a second chance." That day, Maya carried a renewed belief in the power of simple, human kindness. She learned that sometimes, the smallest actions create ripples that can change lives, perhaps even save them. And as she watched Daniel walk away, she knew she would never again underestimate the impact of a single good deed. Here's your inspiring short story. Let me know if you'd like any edits or refinements.